What's up, everybody? My name is Bryce, aka DubsNotSubs, and today we are going to be doing a video on out-of-print manga. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Alright, before we actually get into showing you what all the out-of-print manga that I've collected, I want to take a little bit of time and talk about out-of-print manga and what my opinions are on it. First off, I want to talk about how that I do kind of like out-of-print manga a little bit. I hate that you have to all the manga series that you want and stuff go out of print, and it makes it hard to find, but it also makes trying to find that manga that's out of print a lot more fun to look for, and creates like this Indiana Jones aspect. Like, you're going from Amazon to Alibris to Book Depository to wherever you find your books, and just trying to find for that cheap book or that new volume of it that you didn't think you could find and you could get for a reasonable price. It brings a lot more value to the books that you get because of all the work you go into trying to find it and trying to get a good value for it. But yeah, also here's a little bit of, from my personal experience, here's a little bit of a tips and tricks of how to collect out-of-print manga, or the best ways to go about it. First off, Amazon does have a lot of things. If you're okay with getting used, you go down to their thing, you go view more, and they have a lot of used, and there's a lot of good, actually very good quality books you can get from there that aren't library. Make sure to read the description on Amazon when you look at it, because sometimes it will say if it's a library book. And a lot of these stores, because I've wanted to check out or get a book and I'm not sure whether it's a library or not, and I've sent them a message, they always send back that they don't have a picture of it because it's not on site with them, which usually if that happens, I will miss on that, because I don't want a library book. I do have a couple ones because I couldn't find them anywhere else, so I kind of just bit the bullet on that, and I'm trying to clean it up as best as I can. But most of the time, if it looks and it will say, if it doesn't have its former library book, or if it's very good usually implies that it's not a library book. I think I've only gotten one used book that was very good and ended up being a library book. But other than that, I would say, yeah. And usually the prices on them aren't too bad if you look for enough, depending on what series you are. At least for the ones I've found on Amazon, haven't been too bad for the out-of-print ones. I think there's only been like one, and I'll show that when I get it. I think, yeah, it was Rakia Volume 5. That was like, what? I think it was like $100 on there, like everywhere else. I think I ended up finding it on Alibris. No, I did find it on Alibris for like super cheap, like $10, and like nowhere else. And it's basically brand new. I'll show that later when I showcase all the out-of-print manga I have. But also, you got stuff like Alibris, like I just mentioned. That's probably the best place to find out-of-print manga. You do have to pay shipping, but it's usually only $4, and it's cheap enough where it's like, even with that $4, it's cheaper than where you find it anywhere else. You got stuff like Right Stuff sometimes will have out-of-print manga. I found volumes, I think, 2 and 4 of Rakia on there, brand new. And with Right Stuff, you know they're brand new. So you don't have to worry about it being yellowing, broken page, library book, or whatever. That's the nice part about Right Stuff, and when they ship stuff, I don't think I've had any problems. Well, yeah, because the shipping's so good that you never have any problems worrying about getting damaged in shipping. The thing with Amazon is, yeah, you're kind of scared if it's going to get here okay, because they only put it in that plastic envelope or whatever and just like throw it in there. It's like, good luck, I hope it makes it there. I think, yeah, then eBay, definitely eBay. You always want to check eBay, because guaranteed pre-owned for that, pretty much. I don't think I've ever seen a brand new, they say like new, for that. But yeah, I actually don't think I've got an out of print on there. Let me look over quick over here. No, maybe the Bunny Drop. No, Bunny Drop was Right Stuff. No, so I guess I haven't really gotten eBay stuff, but I have bought eBay books, just not out of print ones. Actually, yes, I have right here. These Alive. I got these basically like new. There's like no problems with these. These are also out of print. So I want these to be in print so bad. I love Alive so much. It's such a good series. I think I'm going to try to get 1 through 8, because I think that's basically all I can get in print, and then everything else is going to be digital. Also, real quick, just remind me of that, because Alive is on sale. If you guys do get digital, Kodansha is doing their back to school sale right now, so if you want to get the cheapest digital books you possibly can, do that. Go on their site. It shows you all the books that are on sale. They all have price for the most. Goodbye and Being Reincarnated, which is the series I put on my last recommendation for manga, is not, which I'm very disappointed about, because it's still like $10. I want it to be $6 like it should be, and it should be that half off. But anyway, I went off on a tangent. Back to where I am. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it for tips and tricks. I guess I can just show you guys my manga. I haven't done I don't know a whole lot about out-of-print manga, I guess. I've definitely delved into it and whatever. Oh, I did get another eBay one. I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, the eBay is very, very reliable for finding new books, but you got to make sure to look at pictures with that. Do not trust the initial pictures for the most part, depending on what kind of pictures they do. If they have a bunch of pictures all around it that shows what it is, then yeah, that's fine. But never trust a picture that only shows like the cover or something, or only looks like it doesn't have the actual picture of it. It's just like a print mock-up. Never do that. Always ask for a photo for that, because most likely it will backfire on you. There's got to be something wrong with it if they're not going to be showing it or what it's actually like. But anyway, let's get into my actual out-of-print collection. Alright, first up, I want to talk about Alive right here, because this is one of my favorite series. It's digital on Kodansha if you want to get the rest of it. I think there's only 1 through 8 you can find in print for the most part. At least that's what I've found. But yeah, this series is so good, done by Adi Chocha. It's about a suicide virus that went across all of Japan, and it became people who didn't end up dying from that suicide virus. A select few became evolved and ended up gaining powers. It's a shonen battle manga. It's super good. I wish it was all in print. These covers are so good. Let me grab this one right here. That's probably not the best case for the cover, but in the case, I think it's still a really cool cover in this sense of what it is. It shows all the characters, and actually, the way they did this cover and shows him on the back, oh, it's a little bit of a hint of what actually happened. Which one? This one. This one is a super good cover. I just love watercolor, and that's what Adi Chocha's art style or cover style is, and there it is. The ice girl, she comes in later. Her name is Nami, which is also the name of my dog, but I did not name her after this series. I named her after the One Piece Nami. And then that. God, it's just so well done. I just really like the blues and the reds on this one. It's just so well done. But anyway, that's Alive. Let's get on to the next one. Alright, next up we have Rakia, volumes 1 through 5. This is all out of print. This is the one I said I found on Alibris for super cheap. This series is about a girl whose whole family ends up in a car crash and ends up dying. And this girl right here, Saki, I believe her name is. What's that? No, Luna Hazuki. That is a different story. Saki, I think, it's in a different story. I'll show you guys later. But yeah, this is it's art by Bochi. That's why I got it, because I love Bochi. Dr. Stone got me really into it, and this is actually the first out-of-print series I ever collected. It's super good. Well, I haven't read it yet, but the art in it's super good. I've checked through it, and man, it's just a really nice cover. The art's nice. One Piece did a very good job with this. It sucks that it's out of print, because I feel like more people should probably check this out. Again, I haven't finished it, so I probably shouldn't recommend it to people. But art alone, I could recommend this easily. This is such a great series. It's about, she ends up, after her family dies, I get off track stuff. I'm like ADHD, I'm everywhere. But anyway, yeah. Her family dies, and she's the lone survivor, and she ends up making a pact with the demon. And 7 years later, her family's alive and with her because of the pact she made, but she didn't know that the pact with the demon will end up leading to the end of the world and the end of mankind. But yeah, that is Rakia. Let's get on to the next volume. Alright, next up we have Yuji Iwahara's first work, from what I know, Chikyu Misaki. This is a story about this girl right here who moves to a new hometown and ends up finding the Loch Ness Monster, which is that kid right there who can change into human form via what I found by kissing or something like that, by breathing into him. It was weird, the first thing of how it happens, but yeah, if you've ever been on my channel before and watching my videos, you know Yuji Iwahara is one of my favorite creators. This is, as far as I know, one of his first works by CMX, like that DC company that just, well, they're not here anymore, sadly. Well, I mean, I don't know sadly, but, well, sadly because I can't find all the other, I don't know how many good CMX works there are, actually. But yeah, really good story. Love it. I love his art as always. Just seeing where he starts off, it's just so nice. Any Yuji Iwahara for me is just good. His art is so nice and everything. I just love everything about his work. But anyway, that's that. The only other one I need by him is King of Thorns, which I do plan on getting very soon. It's just his most expensive one, but I have to bite the bullet and go for it. And also, I do think that one's out of print too. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, there we go. Let's get on to our next round. Alright, next up we have Bunny Drop 1 and 2. And this is probably the only 2 I will ever get of it. Just for the single fact that it's so out of print, it's so expensive, I'm never going to pay enough just to get the rest of that series. It's cool enough that I have 1 and 2, and I'm fine with that, to be honest. It is about a story where this man who you saw on the back of that cover, his grandfather dies and ends up taking the girl on the front of the cover and ends up raising her. And as you know, towards the end, it kind of takes that twist where it becomes more of a story of how to raise a boring girlfriend. But anyway, that's that story. It's interesting. I would like to have the rest of the series, even though it changes that. I still think it'd be a really interesting read and whatever. But anyway, that's Bunny Drop. Let's get on to, I believe, yep, we only got 3 more. All right. Next up, as a third to last, I believe. Yes, this is our third to last volume. We have, just so I don't drop this. I'm sorry, the mic's probably, there we go. We have Rave Master right here. Here are Mashima's not first published side work. That is Monster Soul, which I do also have in the mail waiting to come up. But this is his first long-running series. And yeah, Rave Masters, it's very good. It is a story about 16-year-old Haru has never left the confines of Garage Island. He likes fishing and eats snow cones on the beach. Not exactly the lifestyle of a hero in the making. Meanwhile, in the wider world, the evil society Demon Card is threatening civilization as we know it. When they come to Garage Island, unleash the destructive power of the Darkbring and start messing with his friends, Haru is forced into action. With the help of transforming sword and his magical guide, Plu, Haru sets out on the most harrowing quest of his life. To find the 5 missing Ravestones, which hold the key to victory and take over the Darkbring, and to kick some major Demon Card butt. This, actually, from what I've read from everyone who likes Hiromashima or read his works, they always say that this is his best work. Fairy Tail got me into it. I love Fairy Tail. It is my favorite work by him, without a doubt. But yeah, Brave Master is very good. I do plan to get it. It's like 35 long, so it's going to take me a while to get the rest of it. But yes, I cannot wait to get the rest of it. It's very good. And a lot of people don't like how he reuses characters or whatever. I just think it maybe a little bit is probably a little bit lazy. But usually when it goes from the story to the next, the only character who's ever stayed the same, well, they do usually, as for what I know, there's been a, he always kind of works in a duo where there's a guy and a girl. But I think that's just him being smart, because it brings that dynamic of the shipping of that girl character that the girls can like, guys character, guys like, guys can like the girl character, girls can like the, you know what I mean? It just, I think it works out having a guy and girl character in it, because then there's somebody for both sides to like, depending on what your main focus or main attraction is for that. But anyway, yeah, when they say they rehash characters and stuff and they're kind of the same, I don't know, I just kind of like it. I don't complain about it. It's very good. And usually when he reuses the characters or whatever, most of the time they end up in a different role at least. So, my phone! Alright, for our last 2 books, I have saved the staple of out of print for last. You cannot be collecting out of print without this publisher right here, and that is Dark Horse. And first up, we have a story called Daydream Ghostwalkers, right? No, Ghost Talkers Daydream. Wow, I say that backwards. But yeah, this is a story about Saki Miyazaki. This is the one with Saki that I was talking about, who is a hard worker who has 2 jobs and who works as a dominatrix and is also a psychic. I believe that's what it called, a psychic, right? Oh no, it says virgin right there. But no, where does it say? Necromancer, not a psychic. But yeah, she can see ghosts, and basically she ends up working with the Ghost Force or whatever. I believe there's like special divisions or whatever specifically for this, where she goes and helps ghosts move on to the other side. It's super dark, super gritty. It's a great story. There's only 6 in print, and there's 10 volumes in all, and I couldn't even find it illegally. To be I couldn't find any scans of 7 through 10. Not that I'm recommending going to scans, but still, I couldn't even get them illegally, so I don't even finish the story no matter what I do. So unless I get the Japanese volumes and somehow figure out how to do that, I don't know. But yeah, it's a great story, and I never really wanted to collect series that are never going to be complete. But this story just seems like it's a lot of self-contained stories so far. So they're a lot, I think, one-off. So I think this story won't be too bad as a incomplete series. But yeah, very good, great art. And now let's get on to our last one. All right. For our last one, I'm sorry it's a little quiet. I had to put it down because I cannot do this with one hand. Last series right here, we have Blades of the Immortal 1 through 17. This is all the singles. This is the out of print ones. They have now come out with omnibus forms of these, which I have collected 17 and beyond, just because finding these in like this good of condition or even at all, it's just super rare. So I was just like, whatever, I'll get the omnibus forms of it. These are really cool. I got them for super cheap on eBay. Those are on eBay. Ghost Daydream was on Amazon, and then Chiku Miyazaki was also on Amazon. I forgot to say that earlier. Raymaster was a mix of Right Stuff, Aliburst, and Amazon, just finding the cheapest ones. But anyway, Blades of the Mortar, super good. You probably already know about it. And his new series, Die Wolger, if you want to check out it, that's probably going to be a lot easier. Well, not really because of the omnibus forms, but if you want to try to find the singles, yeah, go for Die Wolger. It'll be easier to find than, yeah, those singles of that. But anyway, great series, 31 volumes in total. The last omnibus comes out later this year, I believe December maybe. Waiting for that to finish, and I'm gonna finish. Then I'm gonna read all that. I'm on book 9 so far right now, and I've just been waiting for the last bit so I can binge it all at one time. But yeah, great series, super dark, super nice. Love it. Loving the sign aspect, the gross, gritty aspect, the way he draws, his action, everything. Great series, interesting characters. Love it. Anyway, that is all the out of print that I have ever collected. So yeah, out of print is just something that is very fun for me to collect, just trying to find something that's rare and something that you're not supposed to own, I guess, in a way, because it's out of print, you can't find it. It's just a very fun journey to collect it all and find these rare and interesting series. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.